Right. So what I'm going to do now is just bend up the, I can do it there actually, bend up the tab on the, let's just get my hammer. Can tidy this up afterwards then. So I'm just going to bend up the tab on that one. And what we want to do is scrunch it on to the side of that bolt. So what I do is I use 5 holes for that. So go one side of the bolt, pull it up and push it. Hopefully you can see that. So that's nice and crunched. And then get the other side and it's the same again. And crunch it nice and level with the bolt. So if I turn that around, you see what I'm saying. No sharp edges again. And then we can put our I'll start putting our clutch together. I just want to show you as well, I'll be using what's called GT springs. GT springs are thicker, stronger, and they're SXLI ones. Can you see they're slightly taller and thinner? Right, I've got all the clutch plates out and we've got our springs that just need a white. And they go in each hole, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 5. Then we've got our pressure plate, which is that one. We need to line up the 5 springs so they all sit nice and square on top, and they also go down. And then what we're doing is we're putting a cork, a metal, a cork, a metal, a cork, a metal. And what I'm doing as well, which I probably should have pointed out at the beginning, the Surflex name is pointing up, so I'm just going to go and check them again because I'm jumping the gun again. So let's just take off these. They probably are the right way round, but right, so we're all in the springs and Surflex name up, metal, Surflex up, metal, Surflex up, I can see that one, metal, Surflex up, there, so that's up. And then our metal one, and then what I'm going to do is put the compression tool on. Over and across. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put whatever I've done with it, a washer on top of here. There it is. The problem with these type of tools is that they do, or they can cause some damage to the pressure plate where the phosphor bronze bush goes. If you haven't built an engine before, it'll all become apparent. So try and get that in the middle, and then just slowly take it on. And you should see that start to drop. Can you see that dropping in there? Not too many bloody hairs. I don't know where they're all coming from, but they are. So we're looking at the pressure plate's gone in. Our first cork plates just started to line up. Can you see that dropping down? We just want all these plates to go in nice and level. So that one's in. I'll bring that down again. And put our metal one on. And then our cork one on. Down again. What is best to do as well is keep an eye on these springs, make sure they're still in a line. We've got another metal one on there. And bring our springs down again. Doesn't help that everything gets so greasy. And then we'll put our next cork in, which is just on the edge. See, it's all on the edge. So that's one way of knowing that it's going in level, just to check. And we'll put our metal one on there again and again. I mean, you can take this all the way in, but I prefer to do it bit by bit like I'm doing. So I have actually gone quite a bit there. This is our next one. And then we've got that one which it should sort of hammer in rather than just push in. So I'm going in, making sure them springs are still in line. That one's moved slightly. I'm just bringing that back. They're all in line. Bring that down. And then our cork one's in, should just be underneath, and then we'll just tap that one home. And then we've got our circlip then, which is here. Give it a wipe. And what we're after, these where it joins, is to be put in the middle of one of these posts. So like that, and it's sort of, you get a knack for it. This is a really tough spring, but you do get a knack for it. You can use the screwdriver if you want to, and just get rid of the grease and just worm it around bit by bit. Yeah, that's in. Just bring it down. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is just knock it around because it's moved slightly out of the middle. I want it right in the middle. Bit more than that. Back a tad. Right. Because we put our washer on there, we've not damaged the pressure plate. Our clutch is in, they're all in. Sometimes these are a bit high. Surflex a few years ago had a reputation of making them a little bit too big, and consequent of that was this top lug would be in level with that, and that's the last thing you want. It needs to be inside. So what they were saying to people was bend over the top one. That's your cork plate. Your metal plates bind to the inside. So I'll just relieve the pressure off of this, and we've got a clutch built. Easy as that. And I'll just show you that washer. You see the marks on that? It has scored it, and I don't want it to score that surface there where our phosphor bronze bush pushes into. I can just undo these. I'll get rid of some of these tools, to be honest. Another here. Must be on this tool. Right, let's dump that. In fact, our clutch holding tools can go as well. Let's put them out of the way. I'll have a tidy up, I think. And that's our clutch in. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, very happy with that. It's the kickstart shaft itself. There is slight movement there, which is fine. And so the new plates, obviously the crown wheels second hand, but it's in good nick. All the lines are straight on there. There wasn't binding. Probably should have gone through that with people as well. Let me grab another crown wheel. I think of it. With a crown wheel, you're after, this is where your clutch goes up and down, so you don't want any digs in there. If they're dug in, they're basically scrap. That's it in a nutshell. They are scrap. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's not moving. I think we might even have a slightly, they're in line, but they are half, I'd say they're half covered. Have a look. Let's turn it over anyway and have a look. Just going to turn the engine over a few times. The rubbing noises on these nylon. I say I might even just adjust them a bit more. That seems about fine. I'd say that's quite happy. You've got to remember there's no gearbox oil in at the moment, so there will be a slight wear. Yeah, what I think I'll do, I'll change them clutch plates to my racing type ones. I'm not happy with that. Like I say, they are in, but they're not, I don't think they're in as good as what I would like them to be. So I'll just get that tool out again.